Strong entrances, big sound on the fanfare. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the graduation ceremony to recognize the class of 2017. Please ensure that you have your mobile phones turned off or silent. Please be reassured that we have professional photographers and videographers here with us today. So please try to refrain from using your own cameras while being respectful of others. Welcome the UNIS administration and honored guests.
Welcome this year's graduating class. bad messed up.
Please remain standing for the Vietnamese national anthem performed today by grade 9 student Mi Anh Chuong and grade 8 student Linh Chang Do.
Đoàn quân Việt Nam đi chung lòng cứu quốc, bước chân dồn vang trên đường gập ghềnh xa. Cờ ý mưu chiến thắng mang hồn nước, xuống ngoài xa trên khúc quan hành ca. Đường vinh quang rơi rác quân thù, thắng gian nam cùng nhau lập chiến khu. Vì nhân dân chiến đấu không ngừng, tiến mau ra xa trường, tiến lên cùng tiến lên, nước non Việt Nam ta vững bền.
Please be seated.
Welcome parents, family, friends, UNIS faculty, distinguished guests, and high school students. My name is Mateusz Nguyen.
And my name is Minh Anh Nguyen, and we are the Masters of Ceremonies for today's graduation.
We are honored to be here speaking on behalf of the student body and would personally like to extend a thank you to the graduates. You have been great role models, helpers, and friends to so many of us.
We can assure you that you will be sorely missed and greatly remembered. Now, please welcome to the stage UNIS Head of School, Dr. Charles Barter.
Okay. Dr. Malhotra, Resident Coordinator of the United Nations here in Vietnam, UNIS Board of Directors, faculty, parents, honored guests, high school students from grades 9 to 11, and our honorees today, the graduating class of 2017. It is a pleasure indeed to welcome you all to this memorable occasion, the commencement ceremony for the class of 2017. Graduation is an important time for all of us here at UNIS. It's a marker event for our school, and it represents all that the students and faculty have worked toward from the moment the students entered elementary school. So we are here today not only to celebrate the achievement of these students, but also to celebrate the success that we have had as a school. But today is about you. I wear this gown in your honor. Originally known as academic dress, it began at Oxford and Cambridge in medieval England when they could not heat the graduation venue, and so the graduates improvised by wearing a gown and hood to keep warm. The mortarboard caps, tassels, stoles, colors, diplomas, and even the diploma covers were added through the years around the world with various traditions and symbols attached. In the end, it is all about the ritual of denoting that you have toiled and persevered at school and have thus earned the right to wear it. I also wear these robes to pay tribute to the work and dedication of all the teachers that you've ever had, from the very first moment you entered elementary school until today. You've grown quite close to some of your current teachers. You're old enough to understand and appreciate some of the impact they have had on you. But your success at school is not just about receiving your diploma today, achieving good IB results, and being accepted to the university of your choice. It is also about celebrating the impact that all of your teachers have had since you entered school many years ago. We are most fortunate today to be able to have all of our teachers present, from the teachers of our 3-year-olds up to your teachers this year. We owe to the faculty of UNIS and to all the teachers they represent from your past our sincerest and deepest thank you for making such a difference in your lives from the time you entered school. Would all of the faculty members present today, from Discovery through grade 12, please stand at this time and receive our thanks and appreciation. As for me, I wish I knew each of you better. I wish I could have found more time to talk with you, to make some connections, and to have some fun together. I try not to have regrets, but my job does take me away from direct contact with students too often. What helps to know is that we have an outstanding faculty, administration, and staff who do look after you quite effectively. But also make no mistake that with everything I do each day, I try to be sure that in some way my actions support you. From recruiting teachers to helping the board set the budget, to adding programs, to managing the relations with our friends in the community, you remain at the core of what I do. And we work hard to be sure that every adult at UNIS has this same understanding. And when I watch you in action, in the morning meetings, making presentations in class, collaborating together on a project at the tables in front of the cafeteria, performing on the stage, or playing on the sports fields or courts, hearing about all the good work that you're doing in service learning activities, I'm bursting with pride. And it makes me work even harder to ensure we are maximizing your learning opportunities. Finally, I wear these robes to represent an essential part of our school's mission: lifelong learning. We strive to make UNIS a true learning community where everyone is a teacher and everyone is a learner, right up through our board of directors. This robe represents the completion of my doctoral studies, and I hope I will always have the capacity to learn. I come to school each day believing that I must earn the right to be in my job, and therefore that means I am constantly finding ways to improve. That is what lifelong learning is all about. We hope that you will take that mindset with you as you head off to the next stage in your life. That is our mission here, and nothing would make us more happier. In the meantime, we hope you will stay connected to us. We hope to see you in the coming years at various alumni events or when you come back for a visit. You are always welcome here. UNIS is a part of you, and we hope it never leaves you. And you are a part of UNIS forever. So thank you. Thank you for all that you did to achieve success and all that you did to help your classmates to be successful. When you are successful, we are successful. May this celebration be one of the most memorable events of your life. You deserve nothing less. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Barter, for those words. Now would you all please join me in welcoming to the stage Dr. Kamal Malhotra, the United Nations Resident Coordinator here in Vietnam.
Mr. Van Hugh, Chair of the UNIS Board of Directors, Dr. Chip Bader, Head of UNIS, UNIS students, faculty and staff, parents, family members and friends, and especially the UNIS graduating class of 2017. I am honored to be with you here today to witness and to celebrate the graduation of the 2017 class of UNIS in Hanoi, and to be among the very first to congratulate you on this significant milestone in your lives. Out of all my initial responsibilities as the UN Resident Coordinator in my first few months in Vietnam, this is one of the ones that I have been most looking forward to. On behalf of the United Nations system in Vietnam, I would like to congratulate each one of you graduating here today. I counted 69 students from 26 different nationalities, so this is a genuine UN class. I also congratulate your families, friends, and the school faculty for everything that they have done to support you along the way. The UNIS ethos has a very special place in the hearts of both my wife Anita and myself, because our children graduated from UNIS in New York many years ago. With them and through them, we lived and breathed UNIS's New York's very unique environment for 8 years. Neither UNIS New York nor UNIS Hanoi are ordinary schools, and you are graduating from a very special school in a very special year for the UN-Vietnam relationship, the 40th anniversary commemoration of Vietnam as a member of the United Nations family, which we will celebrate later this year. You are also very lucky to be international students who have come of age in a global era where you have more opportunities and means to publicly voice your opinions and to be heard compared with any other generation before yours. You have already learned how to be global explorers and are used to making friendships across the boundaries of language, culture, and nationality. Dealing with these and other differences is something you do every day in the classroom, and this will serve you well as you enter this exciting new phase of your life in an increasingly complex, diverse, and globalizing world. UNIS's main goal has always been to provide an education and intellectual experience for its students, while celebrating diversity and promoting cross-cultural exchange, emphasizing 3 key values: holistic learning, embracing a diverse and interconnected learning community, and ensuring individual and collective responsibility. I hope you will take these and other key UN values, such as tolerance and respect for universal human rights, with you wherever you go when you leave this assembly hall for the last time today. The UN was built on the ashes of the Second World War to ensure global peace and security and to prevent another world war. The UN Charter remains a timeless document which will stand you in good stead, especially in these difficult and challenging times for the world community. Extremist ideologies are destabilizing many parts of the world and threatening not just the values and principles of the United Nations, but multilateralism itself, global peace and security, and decades of human progress made since the United Nations was founded. At such a time, the values that UNIS represents and has inculcated in each of you are even more important to carry and to transmit to others than ever before. While being in UNIS has been a privilege, for which you should thank your parents most of all, it also carries special responsibilities, especially in today's unpredictable world. You also have another special responsibility. Even if you share the same hopes and aspirations as children and teenagers around the world, you must know that life's experiences are not the same for a young person attending classes in Syria or South Sudan compared to a young person going to UNIS in Vietnam. Here at UNIS, you would have understood this better than anyone else because of the exposure you have received to the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The 2030 Agenda, which promotes action to end global poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people can enjoy peace and prosperity, is more important than ever, and you should view yourselves as young UN ambassadors being sent out into the world to spread this message. Don't miss this opportunity, and please seize it with both hands. Young people like you are the future of the world. As we look into the future, we can see that poverty eradication is now a possibility that is achievable by 2030 if there is the political will to make it happen. In that case, yours will be the first generation in world history to experience a world largely free from hunger and poverty. Nevertheless, many important challenges remain, and new ones are emerging all the time. It will be your responsibility, sooner than you might think, to find peaceful solutions to those problems while respecting fundamental freedoms and the principle of equality for all. The challenges of battling extreme ideologies, climate change, celebrating and advancing multiculturalism, and protecting and ensuring the universal application of human rights are just some of the critical challenges that your generation inherits from ours. I would like to encourage you, as you embrace this new exciting phase of your lives, to also embrace and address these challenges in the spirit of the UN Charter, which represents the UN's best ideals. As you go into the big wide world, allow me to conclude by quoting some inspirational words from one of my favorite songs, and I won't sing it because I can't sing. I'll just read them out, that perhaps your parents and Chip Bader may know from our younger days. And I reference here the United Support of Artists, the USA for Africa song created in 1985, written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie, and produced by Quincy Jones. And I quote, "We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we are making, we are saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me, when we stand together as one." End of quote. My best wishes for the future to each one of you, and don't forget to savor every moment of the exciting world that you're going into. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Malhotra. Now, would you all please join me in welcoming to the stage the class of 2017 student speakers, Kimberly Van Eng Nags and Sun Dao.
Dear faculty, staff, parents, esteemed guests, and students.
Expedition log number 1988, Kimberly Van Eng Nags and Sundao speaking. Today is May 26, 2017. For the past 2 years, we have been on an expedition, a journey to study the behavior of the little-known species, Seniorsaurus.
These seniors, as they're commonly known, exhibit behaviors often associated with mythical creatures. Their movements are not unlike that of zombies, shuffling around without much purpose or energy.
We've observed that they avoid direct contact with sunlight and are only active at night, much like the vampires of Transylvania. Lastly, they also share similarities with the unicorn species in that sightings of these creatures are so incredibly rare. This is due to the fact that they stay hidden in a place known as the common room, a mystery to anyone who isn't a senior.
Our journey has shown us many incredible things about the seniors. We have had the opportunity not only to observe their behavior, but to engage with them in their activities.
But these engagements have not been without struggle or injury, and I've received my fair share of scars. This scar right here, I received during the 11th grade trip week. We were biking, and I was going down this hill so fast I felt like I was flying. But when I turned the corner, I was faced with the greatest dilemma of my life. On one side of the road was an oncoming motorcycle with a chicken strapped to the back. And on the other side of the road was the biggest pothole, the biggest crater-sized pothole I had ever seen in my life. What do you do in that situation? Do you hit the motorcycle or the pothole? Well, let me tell you, the pothole is this deep, so I mean that's pretty big. What do you do in that situation? But that was the moment. That was the moment I saw the look of horror on the chicken's face. I knew there was only one thing to do, to sacrifice myself for the life of the chicken and ride straight into the pothole. For a second, I actually flew. And as I sailed through the air, something hit me. The ground. Then the unexpected happened. These seniors came to my rescue. They helped me. They brought me half a bottle of water and 2 baby wipes. You know the ones that are, that really soft and smell really nice? Anyway, they helped me clean my wounds, and in that moment, I felt at one with the seniors. There was a real family bonding moment, and it was one of many more to come.
When trying to survive in the harsh and at times unforgiving environment of the IB diploma program, it is necessary for seniors to travel in packs and support each other physically, psychologically, and emotionally.
These rare instances taught us so much about the feeling of camaraderie and support that they give each other, even in times when it may not seem like it. To see them at the common room, bonding in their natural habitat, made us feel like we belong.
But the seniors are a species that seem to wholly disregard any notions of cleanliness. So their common room soon became a mess. This brought upon them the wrath of the one thing that scared seniors: Stroop.
Bum, bum, bum!
They were the first group ever to be exiled from the room, and they were not allowed back in until they changed their ways. This ensuing madness threatened to tear apart the group. Annoyed grumbles left and right, arguments on and off social media. Was there no end to this nightmare? But just as they helped Son after he sacrificed himself for that chicken, they banded together and supported one another when they needed to. They apologized. They set up rules and then were eventually allowed back in. And to this day, I can't help but feel a twinge of guilt every time I dare eat a grape inside the common room.
To have come this far and be stronger and more connected with the seniors than ever is a grand accomplishment, but we didn't do it alone. No. We have to thank all those who have given us these opportunities and helped us along the way. UNIS, the United Nations, the International Baccalaureate, Turnitin, Noodle Tools, Easy Bib,
Brain Pop, Manga High, and of course, Kahoot.
And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't thank our parents and teachers for their love and support. Parents, you chose to give us one of the best foundations to build the rest of our lives upon, and for that we are forever grateful.
Teachers and staff, at times we may have sorely tested whatever hope and faith you had in us, but we are thankful to have had it. Although we will forget the knowledge, as I'm sure some of us already have, we will never forget you.
I personally will never forget Mr. Flemingo and the way he teaches his flock of students. His classic motivational sayings, such as, "How you practice is how you play the game," and "Words on tests lead to success." I agree with most of them, but Mr. Fleming, UNIS taught me that success is about so much more than tests and academics. It's also about personal development, friendship, happiness, and of course, physical fitness. You see, PE department, I got you. I got your back.
And having other people's backs is what it's all about. We have to trust and support each other. Sun and I are so honored to have been chosen by you, the graduating class, to speak today.
We have stood before you as friends, senators,
Sophie and the BFG,
tennis players, performers,
David and Goliath,
and now we stand before you as your student speakers. And what's even more impressive is that we all made it on time. As the class with the highest number of tardies, I think that is quite a feat. What do you think? What do you say? Huh?
But for some of us, simply being late to school was the least of our problems. Deadlines became a whole other nightmare. Because we're old enough now to have made mistakes and to have regrets. But the important thing is that we find the strength to move past them and to look back on them later, maybe even laugh. Like the time my brother placed a cabbage on top of a tomato in a shopping bag. He deprived us of a tomato that day, but we laugh about it now.
Being able to laugh and to find comfort in the things you know is always important. The future is full of uncertainty, and there will no doubt be times when you feel alone, vulnerable, scared. In those times, just remember that. Near, far, wherever you are,
I believe that the heart does go on. And
we'll stay forever this way. You are safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly and Sun, for your words of how the class has been so unique.
Would you now please welcome the class of 2017's valedictorian, Youngju Lee.
Well, this is a very, very nerve-wracking spot, especially after that wonderful speech. But I will try. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye. Thank you, you're welcome, how do you do, and why? Good afternoon, honored guests, families, friends, faculty, and of course, our graduating class of 2017. My name is Youngju Lee, known to most as YJ, and 13 years ago, on September 2004, when I first stepped into UNIS, those 8 phrases were the only English I knew. Honestly, looking back now, I have no idea why UNIS decided to accept a kid who could barely speak English. But it did. And today, I am honored to stand before you as the valedictorian of the class of 2017. Now, you see, our graduating class of 2017 is rather special, I dare say, to UNIS and to history. We are the largest class to have graduated from UNIS, and we are also the last class to have lived in the 20th century, even if it's just for the first year of our lives. Now, I have had an extremely tough time writing this speech. In fact, this speech was started, written, and finished less than 15 hours ago. The reason was partially because I knew I would be going after Sun and Kim, who would deliver a humorous, entertaining speech, as they've proven, and I'm just not the funniest person in the room. But mainly because when you have so much you want to say, but little idea on how to condense those thoughts into a 7-minute speech, a mental fog of avoidance tends to settle in, as I've proven with Mr. Coltis and my biology IA. But don't worry, fear not, I do have a speech in front of me because I have utilized the skills that UNIS has taught me and the skills that I honed, especially in the previous months, the ability to finish something at the very last minute. So here goes. I will not stand here and lament my choices because I made those choices with a goal in mind. I will not stand here and lecture those in the grades below to maintain a balanced lifestyle between your academics and your social lives. Of course, that's desirable, but honestly, and ask any one of us, it's pretty hard. I will not stand here and promise that my graduates and I will go and change the world the very next day, just because we've graduated. We will graduate high school soon. No, that is not what I want to do. I simply want to give some sincere advice from the experience I have had and from the little wisdom I have gained. When I was sitting at my desk, staring at a blank Word document and thinking about what I wanted to say the most in this short 7-minute speech, I could condense it into 2 words. It's okay. It's okay to be ambitious. It's okay to want more, to want better. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to be afraid. Why? Well, first of all, because we are human, but second of all, because we are individuals with passions, potentials, and abilities who are restricted yet not limited. Don't settle for the absolute minimum, rather strive for more. Know your limits, acknowledge them, and surpass them. If you really want something, and if you are truly, truly passionate about it, then fearlessly set out and pursue it. Don't expect someone else to do it for you. Those achievements, they're easily taken away. They're not truly yours. You and I, we are beyond capable of doing anything and everything. Our parents certainly think so. Our teachers certainly assure us so. But sometimes we are the ones who don't believe in ourselves. During those times, the last thing you should do is wallow in a cocoon of self-pity and self-despair. Instead, look outwards. Look to the humble, resilient, loving woman we call our mothers, who taught us that to fail is not to be weak. Look to the courageous, responsible, and giving men we call our fathers, who taught us to not give up without first trying. Look to our friends who are always there for us. Look to our teachers who don't mind explaining that one concept for the 10th time. Honestly, just because we are graduating high school does not mean that all the choices we will make from now on and all the paths we will take will be the right ones. We're young, we're fickle, and we're unsure. But I believe that that is what makes us all the more brave. Uncertainty will undoubtedly cloud our visions at times, and we will have our ups and downs. But then again, what fun is life without a little challenge? I want to tell you a little saying from my parents that I grew up hearing. They said, 영주야, 남들 자는 것보다 1시간 덜 자고 남들 공부하는 것보다 1시간 더 공부하라. Now this could be translated into YJ. Whatever many hours others sleep, sleep 1 hour less. However many hours others study, study 1 hour more. And I think I'm starting to understand what they were trying to tell me. That is, the smallest of effort makes all the difference. As long as that effort is sincere and you have put in your absolute best into that 1 hour, it will change everything. You're that much closer to achieving your dreams, and you're that much closer to making a difference. Graduates, I'm sure you spotted your parents in the audience the moment you got on stage, and they've no doubt spotted you, like mine was waving at me. Well, look at them now, and I'm sure without even having to look myself, and mainly because I can't see because of the lights, that you will see faces filled with love, trust, and pride. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you made your family proud, you made yourself proud, and you deserve this moment. But despite my attempt at these inspirational words, we're still just kids. Well, we're in that between place, not kids, not adults, that really uncertain place. We've had many moments at school that will forever stay with us. For example, and my history classmates can attest to this, when you're trying to write a history paper 2, which is, for those of you who don't know, 2 essays in the span of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and you look up and you see the clock, and it's upside down. It's terrifying. Other memories, such as when you open Snapchat and you're just looking through the stories, and you see a story from someone who is in film class, and they've taken a Snapchat of one of their friends who are sleeping because there's a silent movie playing every single time. Other memories, such as seeing Mr. Coltas wrestle with his projector and fail, and then us having to move the entire class into the lab. Memories such as those ones, the ones we make with our teachers, with our friends, with our parents, they will forever stay with us. I would like to end my speech with a poem. I did not write the poem. I tried, but I am just no good at poetry. But you know who is? Dr. Seuss. Here is the first few stanzas from the poem titled, "Oh, the Places You'll Go" by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations! Today's your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head out of town. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along, and you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers and soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang, and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly, it's true. The bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in the lurch. But no, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape, and all that waiting and staying, you'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. So with that being said, teachers, thank you for putting up with all the missed deadlines, the naps during class, the last-minute work, and the promised meetings that we never showed up for. Without you, I wonder we could have passed IB. Parents, thank you for your unconditional love, your silent support, and your limitless faith in us. Without you, we would probably not have been able to drag ourselves to school so early in the morning. And graduates, classmates, congratulations. We made it. We got through high school, and we did it together. So chin up, eyes facing forward, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, YJ, and congratulations on your accomplishments. Next, please welcome Mr. Pete Kennedy, the principal of the middle high school at UNIS, as he introduces the Grade 12 Award presenters.
Please join me in congratulating YJ, Sun, and Kimberly for some wonderful presentations. Thank you, guys. It gives me great pleasure to join the UNIS faculty in presenting the 2017 Graduation Awards. Well-deserved amongst a group of very talented students. First of all, we have the, we have Ms. Kristen Tianan Perkins presenting the Phoenix Award.
The Phoenix of the Year is awarded to a student who has demonstrated an exemplary work ethic, commitment to the co-curricular program, along with the qualities of dedication, enthusiasm, and pride. To be eligible, the student must have participated in a minimum of 3 major co-curricular programs during the academic year. The individual must have participated in a balance between academic and non-academic programs. For example, varsity volleyball, MUN and choir, or JV basketball, varsity soccer, APAC theatre. This award honours the all-around contributor to our co-curricular program. This year's recipient is a student who has worked tirelessly within both the arts and sport to build a sense of community. They are enthusiastic and supportive, demonstrate excellent leadership skills, and set an exemplary standard to all students. They are always organised, ready to perform, be it on stage or the sports court, and even when injured, turned up to encourage the rest of the team. They've called extra rehearsals when needed to polish work, participated in all aspects of the theatre, including assistant directing and tech, and frequently encourages and mentors younger students. As captain of the basketball team, they were instrumental in keeping teammates focused and energised in practices and games, and has continued to promote the program through attendance at open gyms even after the season ended and they were in the middle of their IB exams. Her positivity and intensity are legendary. It is my great pleasure to present the Phoenix of the Year Award to Morgan Bell Bradshaw Holmes.
Congratulations, Morgan. I now have the solution here. There we go. Much better. We'll now have Sarah Quigley present the Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award.
This award is designated to recognize a student who has worked tirelessly on behalf of the community and has manifested personal values of care and responsibility towards others. This year, the Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award goes to a student who has been deeply involved in many aspects of student life at UNIS. This student approaches service with a sense of purpose, focusing all their energy on the outcome of the task or the project, often taking on multiple roles, always with commitment, doing whatever is needed to get things done and serve. As a student senator, the recipient of this award has been instrumental in organizing and implementing many of the programs and events that make our community a caring and enjoyable place to learn. They have organized and contributed to a number of student-centered programs, such as the Dress Code Task Force and the Student Initiative Program. This student has also spearheaded the creation and continuation of the Monday Matters morning announcements. This year's recipient consistently engages in outreach to the student body, the school administration, and the broader community through leadership, not only as a member of the Senate through service learning, but also in the arts, where she has given many, many hours of her time, effort, and organizational abilities, both on stage and behind the scenes, to ensure a memorable experience at performances and events given for the benefit of the community. It is my honor and privilege to present the Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award to Kimberly Vanang Nags.
Please welcome Rebecca Bashard to present the CIS Council of International Schools Award.
The CIS Award is presented to a student who is a good representative of his country, with a positive attitude toward the life and culture of others, able to converse in at least 2 languages, a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding. There are many bright stars in the class of 2017, but this year's CIS Award goes to the brightest of the bright stars. The recipient of the award must be a contributing force in the life of the school, and he does understand his force as well. His own strong gravitational force has enabled him to bring together bodies of all sizes that have been lucky enough to revolve at least once around his path as a friend, a classmate, a teacher, a tennis enthusiast, a fellow member of the Senate, a member of the high school student body. For several seasons, he has provided us with a seemingly endless source of bright light, sound direction, and infinite warmth. The award goes to the brightest of our bright stars, our own son. The 2017 CIS Award goes to Sun Dao.
Please welcome Mr. Jackson Garland to present the Director's Award.
Hi, everyone. The Director's Award is given each year in honor of Jim Ambrose, to a graduating senior who has demonstrated persistence in achieving personal and school goals over at least 2 years at UNIS. This year's recipient of the Director's Award is a student whose personal and academic goals have dovetailed together nicely during his time as a student. This student has shown a passion for the creative fields of film and design, which have been reflected in both his schoolwork and in extracurricular and personal creative endeavors. He is an avid lover of filmmaking and has dedicated an impressive amount of his personal free time to writing, filming, and editing numerous independent short movies. He did not just wait for a class assignment to make films. He went out and did it on his own, repeatedly. A number of his films were entered into student film festival competitions around the world. And last fall, 2 of his films were awarded top prizes by the national public broadcaster in South Korea for their creativeness and sharp visual storytelling. This student has also competed as a member of the school badminton team, served as a high school ambassador, and dedicated many hours to both the Kodo and 1000 Paper Crane service groups. Engaging further with his love of design, this student has also designed several yearbook cover submissions and also designed the jackets for the varsity volleyball team. This student has truly demonstrated his motivation and persistence in achieving his personal and school goals throughout the time that I have known him. I'm honored to present this year's Director's Award to Tae-young Jung.
Next, we have Ms. Deborah Willis Clinton to present the Scholars Award.
The Scholars Award is presented to the grade 12 student who has achieved the highest overall grade point average throughout his or her high school career. Teachers fight over who will get the chance to deliver this award, and especially this year because of the excellent scholar who was the recipient. I won. This student was the first one to introduce herself to me when I first came to UNIS. She wanted to be involved and help out in the library, and I thought, here's one who understands the importance of the library and the librarian. She's going to go far. That year, she also volunteered as a 10th grader to help with the middle school service learning group I was associated with. Of course, Room to Read. This student has many accomplishments, obviously, both academic and extracurricular, that have led her to this point. But as I have watched her school career and seen her in and out of the library, I have seen her most as an enthusiastic reader and a careful researcher. Take note, you younger students. I'm sure this student would join me in reminding you that reading is important. Reading is, it's okay, right? I was right. She has gone far, both with her grade point average and as a well-rounded scholar. I'm very pleased to present the Scholars Award, the Valedictorian Scholars Award for the class of 2017 to Youngjun Lee.
Congratulations to all the award recipients. Now, please welcome to the stage Ms. Shannon Carey and Mr. Bobby Hart, the faculty speakers selected by the graduating class.
That's for Jared, by the way.
Hello. We don't want to make a mockery of this momentous occasion.
And yet, here we are.
But yeah, you grade 12s asked us both to do a single speech together, and it's sort of tricky. Please don't get us wrong, we're grateful.
Yes, and we would specifically like to thank Annie Shum for her poignant and thoughtful rationale as to why we would be the speakers. She said, well, they both taught us.
But yeah, how to do this? There aren't exactly a wealth of faculty graduation presentation speeches on YouTube for us to plagiarize from.
Trust us, we checked. We are making history here.
Well, so Shannon suggested that we simply speak from a shared experience.
Something common to us both, that perhaps if it would be impossible if we had not come together to strategize its fruition.
And the one thing that we could agree upon that we have worked arduously through the years to love, to nurture, is our lovely, thoughtful, only sometimes poops in the wrong place, cat.
Her name's Limo. And in her existence lies certain lessons for us all.
For example, do not eat too fast. If you do, the next thing you know, you're puking all over the house. You're not pooping, either one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bite somebody, rub up against them first, right? Gets them all comfortable, and then you can rip into their flesh with your teeth. But Philip Langer already knows this.
Smile often, secretly. Your little cat mouth might look exactly the same as it always does, but I know you're smiling inside there. Yes, you are, you little fuzzy buddy.
Clean yourself. Seriously. Practice yoga to ensure you can clean everywhere.
Lie in the sunshine sometimes. It makes you warm, it makes you smell nice. And really, what could you be doing that's more important?
How much longer do you think they'll put up with this?
You think they're putting up with it?
All right. I guess that life advice from our cat's perspective is almost as absurd as life advice from us, actually.
That's true, but that is what they're paying us for.
All right. So maybe we should get to it. After all, the conventions of a graduation speech demand a certain level of ridiculous life advice. What's our structure?
You speak, I speak. Come together at the end for a final thought.
All right, let's do that.
Bingo. Have fun.
Thanks. All right. If you've ever had me as your teacher, you know I struggle with sincerity. It's not my strength. But I'm going to try, right? There are a million things I would like to say to you as you walk out the UNIS door. Be good. Try your best. Wear your helmet. But I had to narrow it down. So I stand before you today to speak very quickly about a topic that I think most of us have in common, and that's being a human. I want to share the important ideas that I am working daily to remember about my own humanity and how I think an awareness of the very things that make us will serve us well. So first off, because I work in threes, number one, the most universal of human longings is the desire to affect the world with our actions. As the writer Maria Popova said, to make an imprint with our existence. I'm not speaking of fame or popularity. We want to know that what we do actually matters. And I'm here to tell you that it does. The way we move through this world matters. Every moment we are constantly affecting the present with our actions, our words, and our laugh. Don't ever forget that this is truly the only power we have. So we must engage with where we are and who we are with in the very moment we are in. And we will mess this up often. Maybe we will linger too long on our phone or treat someone unfairly. But as long as we remember we have the next moment to redress any mistakes that we've made and to build people back up, we're going to be okay. A second key aspect of our species that I try to appreciate is that we feel emotions. A wide swath of varied, nuanced feelings at almost every turn of the day. Oh, what sport it is to name those emotions. In ourselves, in others, in the characters of Game of Thrones, whatever it might be. And we must strive to be as exact as possible. For instance, my colleagues are not just bored right now, they are experiencing an ennui that is much, much deeper than boredom, and that is important. Our emotional landscape is a vibrating tapestry of humanity. We must pursue clarity when it comes to feelings. So please, retrace an argument to find out where you actually got hurt. Listen to the language and timing of a joke to understand your strange, twisted sense of humor, Andy Cole. Help others reach a sense of ownership over their emotional lives through honest caring. Or, once we get the hang of it, we can use our emotional competence to manipulate others and make them do what we want. It's a win-win situation. Lastly, discover unconditional love. Receive it, give it, and cherish it. It is the most valuable thing you cannot hold, and the one thing that helps us appreciate our own human vulnerabilities. Unconditional is just that. It is given without price ask or payment demand. Your parents and siblings here today offered you your first glimpse of it. You will nurture some of your friendships that you've made at UNIS for a lifetime, but only the unconditional ones. You will find partners and then find new partners through process of elimination. But some, regardless of your ending relationship status, will be unconditional. And this is weird, but yes, some of you are going to have children. That freaks me out. But But let me tell you, that unconditional love smacks you so hard that you're afraid you'll never be able to stand up. Or let them out of your sight. But as your parents know, you have to do that. And then your imprint on the world becomes the fact that you've helped another human be a human. So in my summation, please don't forget to be a fully formed, messy, engaged mammal that walks the earth in search of meaning, challenge, and others that appreciate your aliveness. Please be careful and watch out for dolphins, because I'm pretty convinced that they're going to take over the world someday. But while we are where we are, please enjoy it. Listen to the rain, rail against pollution, smile at children, even the weird ones. Stand up for the right thing, talk to older people. I say this all to myself as much as I do to you, because we're all trying to be good humans together, and adults have no idea what's going on. Okay, on to Mr. Hart.
Thank you, Ms. Carey. I will undoubtedly give evidence to her final thought that adults don't know what's going on. Thank you, class of 2017, for this opportunity to address you. That's better. Okay. I am truly thrilled to see you all on this stage today, about to graduate. Because when you graduate, I win my bets with Mr. Stroop. And also because this is an important transitional moment. It's a threshold marking the end of your high school careers and onto, I don't know, really beyond college names, city names. What's really next, I'm not certain, and I think probably a lot of you don't feel that certain either. So what can I say to you now about your futures? Especially when each of your futures will be different. No two of you is exactly the same, which one might doubt based on your choice of outfit today. But it's true, so what can I say to all of you? And what I came down to is just this, that my advice is pretty meaningless, but advice is not. What I mean is, I'm not the best person to advise you, but somebody is. Find those people. It could be a lifesaver. I remember when I graduated from high school and went on to university for 4 years, and then I went on from there to my first real job. And during those sort of early adulthood years, I remember feeling lost and lonely and scared a lot of the time. And sorry, I'm thinking of people I love. And during that time, I leaned heavily on my sister, Karen Hart, and she was always there for me. On through my 20s, I made some really poor personal decisions at times. And I remember one day got to a point where I just got in my car and I drove 2 hours down the freeway, turned up the music until I got to my friend's house, Jeff Merton. And we walked around his neighborhood, and I told him about my regrets, and he listened. Sorry. He hugged me, and he helped me see a way forward that made sense. Happier times, I quit my law job, but then at 30, I didn't know even where I was going to live next, and my friend Matt Lewis took me in and helped me find some stability. When I've had questions about my teaching career, I've called my friend Ed Reed, and he's helped me understand myself and given me advice, and here I am, happy. And Shannon. On through my 30s and 40s, and to this day, I have struggled many times to be an adult, to be a good father to my children, to just try to be a good person. And through it all, Shannon Carey has been my best friend. She's made me laugh. We've cried together. I've cried, and she's watched me and laughed. And it's all good. Now, I know most of the names I just mentioned mean nothing to you. Sorry. It's like reading the end of Gatsby. I can't do it without crying. They mean the world to me. Build your world. Because you're going to fail. That's okay. Failure is dope, we know. Because when you fail, you realize how much you do need people. And people want to help you when you do. Please, let them. Okay. You spoke, I spoke. We're almost there, yeah?
We're almost there. Almost there. Okay, so closer. We have this all planned out, I swear.
See how we're doing?
Yeah, let's see how we're doing. Let's see. Life advice, check. Done. Cat advice, check. Done. Idiotic parable about the importance of unique choices. Oh yeah, that's what we need to do.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Three friends are walking down the beach. They find a lamp there in the sand. They polish it up, and out comes a genie. She says, I have been trapped in this lamp for 200 years. For releasing me, I will grant you each 3 wishes.
So the first guy says, okay, I'd like $1 billion. It is done, the genie says, and produces for him a bank slip that shows he now has $1,003 in his account. The second guy says, I'd like to be the richest person in the world. And the genie produces a copy of Forbes magazine's richest people list, and he is there on the cover. The third guy says, I'd like my right arm to spin clockwise forever. And the genie nods her head, and his arms start spinning in rapid circles.
For my second wish, the first friend says, I'd like to be incredibly handsome, like a mix of Ryan Gosling and PZ. Instantly, he's transformed into this dashing gentleman. The second friend looks at him and says, I'd like to be the most irresistible man alive. The genie nods her head, and suddenly the girls on the beach that were checking out the first guy, now they're checking out the second guy. The third guy says, for my second wish, I'd like my left arm to spin counterclockwise for infinity. The genie says, as you desire, and his arm starts going. Now both arms are flailing away in opposite directions.
For my third wish, the first guy says, I don't ever want to get sick or injured until I die. Immediately, his sore knee feels better and his acne clears up. The second guy says, I don't ever want to die. I want to be 29 forever. Whoosh! He looks instantly younger. Finally, the third guy says, I want my head to tilt back and forth until the day I die.
Testing.
we don't want to make a mockery of this momentous, but we have.
What was happening with the third guy?
There was a head nodding back and forth. It's a little ruined now. That's
Perfect.
all right, yeah. Okay, so his head starts going back and forth, back and forth.
It was really going to be a great joke, but now when it fails, it's the power. Okay, so many years pass. The friends go their separate ways. Finally, they reunite. The first friend steps forward and says, "Guys, what a life. I invested my $1 billion. I have most of it left, but I've been able to live fabulously. I met this gorgeous woman who married me. She thinks I'm almost as good looking as PZ. And I haven't had so much as a paper cut since the day we left each other."
The second guy says, "With all my money, I started charities that gained the respect of the whole world. I met your wife, and she says I am as attractive as PZ. And I haven't aged a day since we last saw each other."
At this, the third guy steps forward with his arms flailing away in either direction and his head going back and forth, and he says, "Guys, I think I messed up."
To close, and I'm hoping the lights just go down when I'm done. Try not to mess up. Find good advisors. Be a human. And love your cat. It has been an honor to be your teachers, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, Ms. Carey and Mr. Hart. And now we will move to the awardings of the diplomas. We would now like to ask Mr. Kendi to come forward for the certification of graduates.
Thank you, Shannon and Bobby. Dr. Barter, Mr. Nguyen, members of the UNIS Board of Directors, I hereby certify that the students of the class of 2017 have successfully completed all the requirements of the UNIS curricular program and are thus eligible to receive this diploma, recognizing their completion of high school.
Please welcome to the stage the Deputy Principal, Ms. Glenda Baker, the Vietnamese teacher, Ms. Hoa Phan, and the Middle High School Principal, Mr. Pete Kennedy.
The head of school, Dr. Charles Barter, and the chair of the UNIS School Board, Mr. Hyo Nguyen, for the awarding of diplomas.
We're going to announce the names of our graduates as they come up for their diploma. Afia Adu Jonfi. Afia will be heading to the University of Toronto to study management. Savka Akesta. Savka will be studying a Bachelor of Science specialising in biology in the University of Exeter in the UK.
Em An Ngọc Linh. Linh will be attending Boston University to study entrepreneurship.
Sabin Anderson Ibarra, sorry. Sabin plans to study filmmaking at a university in the UK. Arunshu Dep Benwal. Arunshu will be studying mechanical engineering at a university in India. Morgan Bell Bradshaw. Morgan will be pursuing acting at a university in Australia.
Em Bùi Trần Ngọc Đan. Dan is planning to study accountancy and finance at a university in the UK.
Chong Hyun Soo. Hyun Soo intends to study biotechnology at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology in Hong Kong. Andrew Cole. that right? Thomas Stewart Andrew Cole. Thomas is planning a gap year that will include gaining work experience and studying Chinese.
Em Đào Thu Hằng. Hằng intends to study business management at a university in Australia. Em Đào Thành Sơn. Sơn will be studying a Bachelor of Science, specializing in physics at McGill University in Canada.
Elaine Milena Dehan. Elaine is planning to study biology at Wageningen University in the Netherlands.
Em Đỗ Văn Đức. Đức will be pursuing computer science at Griffith Laurier University in Canada.
Tommy Zung. Tommy will be studying a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences at the University of Southampton in the UK. Sophia Edens. Sophia is planning a gap year to pursue an interest in Arabic and to gain further work experience. Kent Escalante. Kent is planning on studying science with a focus on pre-med at a university in Australia or New Zealand. Jared Bezier. Jared is planning on studying biochemistry at the University of California in the USA. Ji Hyunju. Hyunju plans on studying a degree in chemistry at a university in South Korea. Brianne Griffin. Brianne intends to study finance at Ohio State University in the USA. Han Won Sok. Won Sok will undertake a course in product design at the Edinburgh College of Design in Scotland. Rakne Hnees. Rakne intends to study economics and business at the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Em Hoàng Khiêm. Khiêm will pursue a Bachelor of Business Administration, specializing in management at the University of Toronto in Canada.
Niels Yaronoff. Niels will undertake a course of study in international economics and business economics at Emirates University in the Netherlands. Jong Jisoo is planning to study global economics at a university in South Korea. Chong Soo-ho. Soo-ho is planning to study chemical engineering at a university in South Korea or in the UK. Chong Tae-young. Tae-young intends to study media and communications at a university in South Korea. Maris Jolink. Maris intends to study hotel management and business at Hotel School in The Hague in the Netherlands. Tepe Kanatake. Tepe will be studying liberal arts at the International Christian University in Tokyo, Japan. Canon Kato. Canon will be studying a degree in liberal arts at Waseda University in Tokyo, Japan. Kim Chi-in. Chi-in is planning to study at a university in South Korea or the USA. Ricky Kimura. Ricky will be studying economics at New York University. Kimberly Van An Nags. Kimberly intends to study law at the University of Birmingham in the UK. Anna Knudsen. Anna intends to pursue a degree in Asian culture and business at Copenhagen Business School in Denmark. Ujiwal Kumar. Uji will study a Bachelor of Science specialising in physics at George Washington University in the USA.
Em Lâm Thúy Vi. Vi plans on taking a gap year.
Philip Lang. Philip is planning to study economics and business at a university in the Netherlands. Henrik Lahai. Henrik is planning to study economics at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. Lee Chae-yon. Chae-yon intends to study economics at the London School of Economics in the UK. Lee Jun-suk. Jun-suk is planning to study a Bachelor of Science specialising in mathematics at Hong Kong University. Lee Ki-hon. Ki-hon wishes to study economics at a university in South Korea. Lishern Lee. Lishern intends to study a Bachelor of Science at the University of Melbourne in Australia. Lee Young-ju. Young-ju is planning to study political science and international relations at the University of Pennsylvania in the USA. Madeline Lush. Madeline will attend Westmount College in California, USA to study studio arts.
Em Lưu Ngọc Lâm. Lâm is planning to study liberal arts in USA or Japan.
Renzo Macaboulos. Renzo will study a Bachelor of Business Management specialising in marketing and communications at British Columbia Institute of Technology in Canada. Danielle Malone. Danielle will pursue a Bachelor of Design in Architecture at the University of Melbourne in Australia. Sophia Maris. Sophia plans to study a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations at the University of Leiden in the Netherlands. Natalia Mendez Baridas. Natalia will attend the London College of Fashion in the UK. Koki Morita. Koki intends to study business at a university in Japan. Shinosuke Nagatomi. Shinosuke is planning to study international relations at Keio University in Tokyo, Japan.
Em Nguyễn Hoàng Anh Phương. Anh Phương will study arts and design at the University of Arts London in the UK. Em Nguyễn Linh Giang. Giang intends to take a gap year and also apply to study economics in the Netherlands. Em Nguyễn Hồ Minh. Minh is planning to study accountancy and finance at City University of London in the UK. Em Nguyễn Hoàng Ngọc Trai. Ngọc Trai will study a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience, Psychology at King's College, London in the UK. Em Nguyễn Minh Thư. Thư is hoping to study social studies at a university in the UK or Japan.
Park Seon. Seon is planning to study mathematics at a university in Singapore or Hong Kong. Devyani Patra. Devyani intends to study a Bachelor of Computer Science at Penn State University in the United States.
Em Phạm Quốc Khánh. Khánh is planning on studying hospitality management at École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland. Em Phan Hồ Quốc Anh. Quốc Anh is studying hospitality management at the University of Central Florida in the United States.
Travis Ramlow. Travis is planning to study marketing and finance at the College of William and Mary in the United States. Oni Shum. Oni is planning to study entrepreneurship and innovation at Northeastern University in the United States. Tomoka Tanaka. Tomoka will study a Bachelor of Psychology at the University of Wageningen in the Netherlands.
Em Trịnh Hùng Phương. Phương will attend University of Toronto in Canada to study Bachelor of Arts in International Relations. Em Trịnh Trường Sơn. Trường Sơn is planning to study economics at Stanford University in the USA. Em Trương Anh Duy. Duy intends to study a double degree in chemistry and business management at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia.
Vusi Soksana. Vusi is planning to study corporate law at the University of Pretoria in South Africa.
Em Vũ Hà Linh. Linh will study social research and public policy at New York University, Abu Dhabi.
Alan Verkingkraut. Alan is planning to study applied physics at the University of Wageningen in the Netherlands. Are you ready, Will? And William Wood. William is intending to study television and media at a university in Brisbane, Australia.
Ooh, good job. Good job.
Will the graduated class of 27 be seated?
And now, the graduating class will participate in an annual graduation tradition here at UNIS, the performance of the Vietnamese bamboo dance.
A tradition here in Vietnam and organized by Ms. Hoa and the Vietnamese language students at UNIS, the involvement of the graduates in the bamboo dance has been something of a rite of passage for all graduates.
Will the graduates please rise? The 11th grade Vietnamese class will now begin the dance. Will the graduates please be seated? Following the presentation, the graduate recessional will take place, after which we would like to invite you all to join the graduates in the back of the Sports Center for the reception. Please wait for all graduates to exit before meeting them in the reception area. Thank you for joining us today to honor the graduates on this special day.
And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. We'd like to again call Mr. Kennedy to present the class.
Will the class of 217 please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the graduates of the UNIS class of 2017. Congratulations.